So Bachi goes over to Keely's house to put an official end to their relationship, pretty much. He starts talking to her about, how things went left at Tokyo's event, and how, had she not had shown up like he told her not to, then, things would probably, the outcome probably would have been different. And, Keely, she starts talking about, Blue being there or whatever. And, Bachi, he like, I mean, I didn't invite him there, you know what I'm saying? But I won't go and tell him, to leave and nothing like that, especially because of the simple fact that I knew him before you, bros before hoes. He didn't say all that, but, I mean, he might as well had. But, you know what I'm saying? And, Keely is like, well, congratulations for you that you've been knowing another fuck boy, just like you and everything, this, that, and third. And I'm like, damn, why are you calling Blue a fuck boy or whatever? And y'all just had that moment last week or whatever where y'all was hugging it out and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like that was kind of fucked up. And this the type of bullshit I be talking about with Keely. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, she starts getting all hostile and all pumped up for no reason, as usual, like she do. And then she want to keep on throwing the fact that she from Detroit or whatever, like as if, like, that's supposed to mean something. But anyway, so, like, what does that even have to do with this conversation? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so, she also brings up, Crystal and what's up with that situation or whatever. And he's like, listen, when I met you at your office or whatever before Tokyo's event, I had already thought that we weren't really on the best of terms. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, no, you try to embarrass me or whatever. So you know what? We're done. You could go your way. I could go my way or whatever. This, that, and the third. And then, Bachi, he was like, I mean, we'll get the stepping in my Martin voice. He was like, get the stepping, okay? But yeah, so Bachi, he was also saying that Keely has this habit of feeling like she's always right and that she don't never do no wrong, like she's just so innocent or whatever, like her shit don't stink too. And trust me, I know people like that. But anyway, so yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I told you guys before, Bachi, regardless of how we feel about Keely, he was, wrong or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that he was sitting up here messing with this girl Crystal off and on and everything, and then for him to get with Keely and this, that, and the third. But Keely, she was wrong too, you know what I'm saying, for not telling him at some point who her baby daddy was, you know what I'm saying, knowing that they know each other. So anyways, we have Spice. She's at the studio, and I guess she's doing, trying to put some final touches on her and Tommy's, video and everything. And so Erica Mena, she shows up or whatever so they can talk and everything. And Erica, she's, looking at the video and she's like, oh, this shit is hot or whatever. Like, y'all did y'all thing and everything. And Spice is like, yeah, but, it was hard working with Tommy, and she's unprofessional. You know what I'm saying? And Erica was like, Erica kind of tried to, like, make excuses for Tommy a little bit. Like, she had said something, along the lines of, well, Tommy done been through some stuff and everything, so maybe she just on the defense because she don't know how you might she don't know how you might end up in the end or whatever, or how you might be rocking in the end and everything. And I'm just like, what does that have to do with her being professional though, and showing up on time for stuff, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to business. But anyways, so Spice is like, well, because Erica was telling her that she think that she should have a conversation with her, and Spice is like, well, she been MIA. You know what I'm saying? And when we was doing our video or whatever, she was 3 hours late to the video talking about, her pig was sick and all this other stuff or whatever. And Erica was like, huh? Like, are you serious? And she just started laughing and everything. And then Spice starts to tell her about how she met this guy. And of course, we know the guy is Tobias, Tokyo's, man, or at the moment, X-Man or whatever. And it's like, yeah, it's not a good look for Tobias to sit up here last week talking about how he was, he loved Tokyo. They just going through it right now, whatever. But then be so quick to be up in Spice's face. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, this got to be some on the bullshit. But y'all, we gonna ride out with it, okay? But yeah, it's just like, okay. But anyways, so Erica talks about how she has this song with Jazzy Faye or whatever, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third, and then Spice was saying, she was saying something about, the whole danger zone situation. And then Erica was like, well, I'm here to tell you, I'm not a part of danger zone at this point. Like, I see how Stevie operates, he's like a pimp or whatever. And I don't got time for that. I done been there and done that. And Spice is like, well, you done made a good decision. I'm glad to hear that or whatever. But, I've been hearing some stuff about your girl, Estelita. And, Erica's like, what are you, what you talking about? Whatever. Like, put me on, to the T. And Spice tells her that, from what I've been hearing from Mimi and stuff, her and Stevie J still fucking around and everything. And of course, I don't know what I was about to call her. Erica, she's pissed to hear this and everything because, she's like, this bitch been sitting up here crying and crying to me, crying to Mimi and everything about the shit that he's been doing. And now she's sitting up here back in his face or whatever. And which I could understand her being irritated by that because I would be too. So anyways, then we have this sit down that Carly done orchestrated amongst her, Mimi, Sierra, and Tokyo, and this girl named Amber and everything. And so Mimi, Carly, and yeah. Mimi and Carly, they're there first or whatever. I'm sorry, I'm getting all crossed up. Mimi and Carly, they're there first or whatever with the girl Amber. And then Sierra and Tokyo, they show up to join and everything. And Carly is basically like, hey, listen girl, we hear about BK. I told you I was going to get the drop for you last week. So we here now with one of the girls that he's supposedly messing around with and everything. And Sierra was saying how she recognizes Amber or whatever. She was like, BK showed me a picture of her like, a couple of nights ago or something like that. And Amber was like, oh, what night? 2 nights ago and everything. And Sierra was like, yeah, it was 2 days ago. And he was like, babe, this is an old friend of mine or whatever. And he was saying all this stuff about you or whatever. And Amber is like, babe, you know what I'm saying? Like, huh? And Tokyo was like, yeah, that's her man. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't he call her that? And Amber is like, because from my understanding, you just his best friend. Y'all not, together or whatever. And so, Sierra was sitting up here trying to say, well, he said that you called him for advice and everything. And, how you came to his house and you was trying to make a pass to him or whatever. And, he had to put you out or whatever. And Amber is like, girl, I've been knowing BK for 10 years and, we fuck every time we see each other. And Amber is like, I got receipts. I don't need to lie to you or whatever. And Tokyo kind of had me cracking up this whole scene because she was like, well, it's tax season, bitch. Pull out them receipts or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so Amber, she pulls out these text messages and she was explaining how they had sex on Friday or whatever. And I think she was, I don't know, I kind of tuned out a little bit. I think she was showing some text messages from like that Monday or something like that. And she was saying, do it look like I'm sitting up here asking him for some advice or whatever? And then Sierra, she gonna sit up here and talk about something. Well, people make up fake text messages, and I was cracking up when she said that because, yeah, it's true. People, they do make fake text messages and stuff like that. But who the fuck is BK for somebody to sit up here and go through all of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck is BK for somebody to sit up here and go through all of that for? Like, I just found out about him through this show. So, like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, but anyways, so, Tokyo, she says that she's starting to side-eye Carly because of the simple fact that she orchestrated this whole meeting and everything. And then next thing you know, some girl named, Joy shows up to the meeting or whatever. And, Sierra, she's like, oh, hey, Joy and everything. And, Sierra knows her from the shop or whatever because Sierra does her eyebrows for her and she's also supposed to be like BK's artist or whatever. And Amber is like, BK said, oh, he messes with you too and everything. And Joy is like, huh? Like, what you talking about or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And Sierra, she's like, oh no, they don't mess around and this, that, and the third. Like, she just, so confident, like she know. And so then, Joy, she's like, listen, this is a conversation that needs to happen between us or whatever. So Sierra's like, oh, so y'all fucking too and everything. And then Joy is like, I mean, it's complicated or whatever. And I'm like, complicated, like, girl, just say y'all fucking and like keep it moving. Like all this, you know what I'm saying? Like all these different terms and stuff. I mean, girl, just say y'all fucking. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so Sierra is like, well, he posts me all the time and everything, and you don't feel no type of way about that while you sitting up here, fucking on him and stuff like that. And Joy is like, I mean, from what he said to me, y'all was best friends. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying the same. I mean, she's saying the same thing that Amber had said. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so she was like, y'all best friends and y'all do business together or whatever. And that's when Amber, also shows like this, well, she also brings out this taped conversation that she had with BK or whatever, and pretty much how he was saying that him and Sierra was best friends or whatever. But Tokyo was like, okay, well, I mean, it seemed like he wasn't saying it like as if, they wasn't, on the road to make it official or something like that. Because, Sierra was saying, well, we ain't together yet, but we, on the way to making it official. Like I done met his family. We, I take trips with him and all this other stuff. And it's just, this whole situation is just confusing. I'm just like, y'all too old to be having all this confusion about what you is to somebody and what you ain't to somebody. Because yeah, in the beginning of the season, honestly, a lot of people were confused about the situation between BK and Sierra because of the way they both was presenting the situation. And it's like, I feel like if he really was, sitting up here trying to claim you as his woman or saying that, y'all was on the way to making it official, he should have said, yeah, that's my best friend and everything, but she also, she also my woman, or, I'm trying to make, something official with her. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't say that. He just kind of said that y'all was best friends or whatever. So, I mean, I don't know, whatever. But, Sierra is now mad at Carly because she feels as though, this, she's like once again, she's tired of people bringing her mess in front of everybody versus having, a private conversation with her. I'm like, well, Sierra, you allow that because instead of shutting the shit down and everything, you allow it to continue. And then on top of that, you don't sit up here and tell people how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like you just, you don't make it clear to people to sit up here and say, listen, I would rather you guys, if you're going to be my friend or whatever, pull me to the side and have a conversation with me about this, or, have a one-on-one with me. But don't be sitting up here having these meetings with everybody here and I'm looking stupid. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Sierra, you got to kind of put the blame on yourself about that too, because you don't put your foot down. But anyway, so, and then how Carly Red is, you know what I'm saying? And then she told you last week she was going to get the drop for you. Like, what did you think, what did you think Carly Red was going to do? This is true Carly Red fashion. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so, Carly is like, well, Joy, you should have came to Sierra or whatever, considering that she does your eyebrows and everything, this, that, and the third. And Joy is like, I don't know who the hell you is for you to be coming at me or whatever, this, that, and the third. And Carly is like, bitch, I don't give a fuck or whatever. And they start going back and forth and everything. And next thing Joy then threw a drink on Carly or whatever. Mimi is just always calm. Like, she be in the crossfire and she'll still sit there like, bitch, like, it's crazy. But anyways, so, now Carly, she's pissed at Sierra because it's like, bitch, I done sat up here and got a drink thrown on for me or whatever, this, that, and the third, and this bitch fucking your man and everything. And, Tokyo is like, I mean, girl, that's on you or whatever. You the one who was turning up and everything. And, Carly is like, oh, for real, Tokyo, for real. And Tokyo was like, yeah, Carly, like, sorry, security couldn't save you this time or whatever. See, Tokyo be watching, she was watching the show long before she got up here, because she was like, I mean, I know you used to security saving you in these kind of situations, but you got splashed a little bit, honey. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I was cracking up at Tokyo. But anyways, how do y'all feel about that situation? Y'all, y'all let me know in the comments or whatever. It's just, the situation just all over the place. That's all I could say or whatever. So then, Sierra, she goes to BK's house or whatever, and she tells him about the sit down that she had with the girls and everything. And he's sitting up here saying, well, Amber lying or whatever, this, that, and the third. Like, I haven't fucked with her in a long time. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. And I'm just kind of looking at him with the side eye, like, especially because of the simple fact that he said that, didn't he just say, what was it, last week or the week before, that he was dating Sierra and another girl or whatever, and how they both in love and all this other stuff. Now, I'm not sure if he was talking about Amber or Joy when he had said that, but it's just kind of like, now you sitting up here just trying to downplay everything. And I was just looking at him like, yeah, I don't really believe him, but whatever. So then, like I said, he's pretty much kind of, denying anything going on with her, and he kind of getting defensive a little bit. So then she asks about Joy and everything. And all of a sudden, Cat then got his tongue or whatever when she asks about Joy and everything. And he's like, well, when I first moved down here, I had met Joy and everything, and we was kicking it or whatever, this, that, and the third, and we did, mess around or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But he claims that they haven't, done anything with each other since him and Sierra have been together or whatever. But in the confessional, he was saying that he does admit that the time that him and Sierra got together and the time, he was messing around with Joy does kind of overlap and everything. But, he just want to be with Sierra now and all this other stuff. And she was explaining that she done went through all this bullshit with, Shooter or whatever in her marriage and everything. And she just not trying to go through that again. And, he claiming he loved her and all this other stuff. And so, of course, she, sticking by him and everything. So then we have, do I want to talk about that? No, I don't. I was about to talk about the scene with Mama D and KK, but I really don't care to talk about that too much. So we have Keely and Blue. Blue goes to Keely's house and everything, so they can have a conversation before their son comes home, to see him. So she pretty much is saying how she wants to put the past behind them or whatever, and she just never wants him to walk out of she just never wants him to walk out of Xavier's life the way he did before or something like that or whatever. And so Blue is like, listen, I'm done fighting with you or whatever. I want to make this co-parenting relationship work and everything. And, he's like, how did you feel about us talking on the phone the other day or whatever? And, Keely was saying, that it did hurt her because of the simple fact that they haven't seen each other in so long and everything, and you haven't seen him walk in person and all this other stuff, and she starts to get emotional, talking about her dad and everything, and I'm like, Mona trying to sit up here and make us, feel sentimental for Keely once again and everything, but she was talking about her dad and how he committed suicide, and I really did feel bad for her in that moment. Like I said, we feel how we feel about Keely, but I really did feel bad for her in this moment when she was talking about her dad and how he committed suicide and, all this stuff. And, she wished that she wishes that she could still pick up the phone to call him because she always had a good relationship with her dad. And she doesn't want her son to be without, Blue and everything. You know what I'm saying? And she wants Blue to be serious or whatever. So, Xavier, he comes through the door or whatever. And, he embraces Blue and, they hugging each other and, playing around and all this other stuff. And that was a cool scene to see and everything. And I hope that everything works out with this co-parenting relationship. So then we have Erica pretty much confronting Estelita about getting back with Stevie J or whatever. Estelita is doing like this rehearsal and everything. And, yeah, she's doing like this little dance rehearsal or whatever. Erica shows up, and Erica's saying how she's proud of Estelita or whatever, and Estelita is saying how Stevie has been putting in the work or whatever, and Erica is like, oh, when you become his girlfriend, huh? And Estelita is like, huh, what you talking about, whatever. And Erica is like, you must have forgot who I am. I find out everything. Like, stop playing with me right now. And Estelita is sitting up here saying, she wasn't really trying to hide it from her, but she know that Erica could be judgmental or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's what females always say or whatever when they know they out here looking stupid. Is there somebody being judgmental? It's like, no, it's just motherfuckers just want to see you do better and know you deserve better. And you sitting up here fucking around with this foolishness. I mean, honestly, Estelita, you're stupid. You stupid for sitting up here fucking back around with Stevie J. And then Stevie J just was on the Instagram the other day sitting up here saying how he tired of fucking around with these non-talented artists or whatever, and how he got to fuck around with talented people and, do it for the culture and all this other stuff he was saying. Yeah, you looking real stupid. You know what I'm saying? I'm with Erica on this one. You know what I'm saying? So Erica is like, well, listen, stop crying wolf to everybody then about this situation. You know what I'm saying? If you want to look stupid, then look stupid, but don't be sitting up here calling us, getting our blood pressure and having us popping blood vessels and shit like that about your shit with him just for you to run back to him. You know what I'm saying? So that was the episode, you guys. I didn't talk about everything because I didn't care to talk about everything. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys come back, and I'll see y'all in the next video. All right, y'all.